Do you remember that old movie, Treasure Planet? You know, the one that had flying boats, pirates, and my first fictional crush as a preteen? Yeah, well, Lorik Games just released a game called Echoes of Elysium, which basically gives us the opportunity to build insane aircrafts, to fight robots, and discover lore, all while exploring a huge, stunning, procedurally generated world. Echoes of Elysium launched on Steam on January 27, 2026, with a price point of around $20 US. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I was late to the launch and I missed the first week where this game was live and available to play. Why was this fortunate? Well, when the game launched, there were very mixed reviews. Me being me, I bypassed these reviews and jumped straight into the game without a second look. I ended up playing upwards of 10 hours right off the bat. We'll get to that part later though, because first I want to talk about the negative reviews, the official Discord, and the game developers. It's a well-known fact when a game goes into early access that it's bound to come out with bugs and quality of life issues that will need fixing, and Echoes of Elysium is no exception. I won't sugarcoat it, this game launched in a state that many players found quote-unquote unplayable. This is where my statement of being fortunate in missing its launch kinda comes back. Players were reporting bugs left, right, and center, along with requesting quality of life fixes for resource grinding, key bindings, tutorials, you name it, and players wanted it fixed. But for me, I hadn't experienced even half of their complaints. I was intrigued, so I joined the official Discord to see what was going on behind closed doors. I jumped into conversations with other players and immediately noticed that one of the people I was chatting to was a developer, the lead world designer to be exact. I spent hours talking to not just one, but two different developers and their community manager, along with many other community members too. And this was new to me. I've been in Discords before where I've had the odd message responded to by a developer, but nothing this in depth. So for the next 2 days, I began to observe and monitor the Discord, all while joking around, reporting bugs, and making suggestions, just in the general chat. I'm not exaggerating when I state almost everything I asked, reported, or suggested, the developers responded to. Whether they informed me of bug fixes, content coming, or just had a laugh with me, they responded. And I wasn't alone in this. They also responded to hundreds of other messages from other players too. I won't lie, I was shocked when they told me they were going to forward my suggestion further up the line, as it was an idea they were fully behind. As well as when they forwarded this clip that I posted to the developer working on that specific bug, and then later gave me praise as my clip had further helped them identify why the bug was occurring. In my opinion, human connection goes a long way, and it seems the developers are not only addressing the community feedback, but are also taking everything we say on board. In fact, I directly asked the developers about the negative feedback, and their response was this. It's becoming increasingly clear that the developers are dedicated to making their community happy. But making a statement and following through, they are two different things. So I jumped into their patch notes to take a little look at everything that they have addressed so far, and I was shook. In just over a week, they have made 2 patches and have fixed over 70 separate bugs and quality of life issues. This being said, they have a 3rd patch coming either today or tomorrow. And they have also released images confirming adding key bindings, a UI setting overhaul, and have confirmed controller support is coming in their 2026 roadmap. All of which were highly demanded in the Steam and YouTube reviews. Okay, now we have covered the elephant in the room, being the negative reviews of course. It's time I give you my personal feedback. Yes, I encountered some bugs, but no, they weren't game-breaking. Most of the time it had me in fits of laughter, not fits of fury. And this isn't a bug, I just thought it was really funny. The boat base building. This was so much fun, and fairly simple. I also really loved the gliding feature, and in my personal experience, it was quite smooth. The world is visually stunning, with lots of different islands to explore, and I've been thoroughly impressed with the developers' call to action, if you will, when it comes to fixing bugs and listening to players' feedback. However, on the downside, the fighting mechanics are very standard, which it doesn't bother me that much, but it might be something that other players value a lot more. And as I stated before, the worlds are huge and beautiful, but they are a tad empty. The developers did address this in the chat. They explained that they have a lot of content to be added in the future, but for now they are focused on fixing early access bugs, increasing quality of life UI, and optimizing game performance. So is it worth buying? Ultimately, that decision is up to you. The goal of this video wasn't really to tell you, yes, you should buy this game, or no, this game sucks. It was to provide you with enough information so that you could make that call for yourself, without being heavily influenced by outdated reviews. I personally love a good unhinged game sprinkled with bugs that I can extort, as well as being able to support the game developers with productive feedback. We always have to remember that our purchases are what finance the company and enable them to fix bugs and add new content. So with that said, I'll leave this video with one final quote, as a reminder to those who bought the game on launch. We just hope that people see the work and reconsider. A single flipped review is gold to us. Thank you all so much for watching. Please comment below if you played the game and share your thoughts. I'm thinking of recording a small playthrough, so if you want to see that, like the video, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!